Yep.
Crack it.
Jack,
How are you, Alex?
it's been a week. It's been
Yeah.
2 weeks.
3 weeks.
Man, I guess just tell me like what's been the emotions like these like you get a fight, you fly all the way over here, you have a fight, you don't have a fight, you have a fight, you don't have a fight, and then now you're waiting for a fight, and then you got a fight. Like,
Yeah.
what's been going on?
Yeah, just a lot of ups and downs. You know, we came over. This is our 3rd week. Obviously, got the news that Sean Brady was out, so pretty devastating. But then we got an opponent. Then obviously, unfortunate what happened, but I think it was a positive. And then we got a fight. So we got what we came for. Is the good thing.
Obviously, you're a little bummed that you're not fighting on it at International Fight Week, but you got to fight nonetheless, right?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, obviously it was a cool show. It was a great card, and it would have been awesome to fight alongside the Anzacs, but wasn't meant to be.
Talk about when you found out that Josiah, your opponent that you were supposed to fight on Saturday, had this crazy this brain disease that like if you guys would have fought, he could have died.
Yeah, crazy. Hey, so glad that really glad that fight never took place. God forbid something bad happened, but yeah, the UFC obviously the medicals helped out, and hopefully he lives to fight another day.
So before we talk about Basil, man, there's been a lot of fighters that are chirping that are like say that they want to fight you, and then obviously they didn't. I guess the biggest one is like Joaquin Buckley. He said, he wanted to fight you, and you said, well, why don't you fight this week? And he's like, no, well, let's fight in Perth. Like, was that annoying?
It was annoying, yeah. The fight was out, and then he came over. I thought he came over and said, "Oh, the UFC called me." I thought he was saying, "Let's do it," but he didn't want it. I offered to do it at 185. He wasn't into it. I think he wants the extra training camp, so whatever. We'll do it one day maybe.
And then he was chirping on Instagram saying, like, let's fight in Perth. Like, was that just kind of, were you to the point where, like, let's fight next week or, like, stop talking to me?
Yeah, pretty much. That's how I felt. Like, if you want to fight, let's do it. If you want to fight down the line, like, let me fight and then we'll figure it out. But I want to fight someone legit in Australia.
With this fight, I mean, was it to the point where, like, did you have any other options that like from fighters on the roster, or was it just kind of like to the point where like the matchmakers were scrambling just to get you a fight?
The guys that I think everyone that said they were into fight all had fights locked in, so it was never really an option of those guys. I would have, if I had the choice, would have picked probably the highest ranked guy I could have, but beggars can't be choosers, and I just took what I could.
What do you think of the matchup with Basil?
Yeah, no, I'm pumped. I think he's an aggressive guy. You've got to expect someone like that. It's got a big opportunity on their hands. You've got to expect him to come at me. So, I'm just in for a fight, and that's what we got.
When you get that name, like, what's your process? Like, do you look him up, like, look at his past fights, or do you let your coaches do that?
We got the name. I just said, let's do it. Like, we just needed the name. And when we saw the name, we were stoked, and then said yes, and then just watch some of his fights, get an idea of what we're in for, and I'm excited.
Obviously, we know your game plan. You go in there to knock this guy out. Is same game plan?
Yeah, stick and move and have fun.
And obviously, like you get in there, no injuries. You're looking to turn around and fight in Perth.
Sydney. Yeah, that's the plan. Oh, yeah, that's been the plan the whole time. Not looking past anyone, just here to fight. And if there's a fight in Australia, I want to be on the card.
I did want to ask you finally about UFC 290. Robert Whittaker goes down. What were your thoughts on that?
Yeah, it was. I thought Dricus put on an awesome, like an incredible performance. So he can't. Yeah, I think Robert Whittaker is one of the best, and Dricus just showed that he is very good.
And what about Alexander Volkanovski just continuing his dominance?
Yeah, I think he's just solidifying himself as the number one.
Awesome. Good luck this weekend.
Cheers, Alex.
Cool.
Going back to when you started originally, your older brother Josh had a lot of influence in you starting to fight. When you reflect on then and where you are now, number 14th ranked, and you're making great waves in just your early part of the UFC, what kind of impact, and talk a little bit about your older brother's influence on you?
Yeah, just having someone that is bigger than me, having an older brother that's really involved in the sport, it's helped me a lot. We obviously challenge each other every day, and I've always been trying to catch up to him. And yeah, without him, I think probably wouldn't be here.
Being on that Perth card, and then now looking forward to hopefully being on that Sydney card. What is it like to represent your country and your home?
Yeah, the Australian crowd really get behind their fighters. So fighting in Perth was a dream come true, and it was an incredible event. And yeah, hoping Sydney will bring much the same.
You're saying that you want a big name heading into Sydney, hopefully that you're all rested and ready to go. Who would be that big name?
I think Sean Brady sort of makes sense. I think hoping this is just a speed bump and we can get that fight matched up.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
One little follow-up. When your fight originally got announced for this card, it was on the prelims. Hopefully, I think it's going to get bumped up to the main card. Do you care about your placement on the card?
No, not really. When I found out it was early, I was happy. Like, get in, get out, make the journey home.
Oh, okay. I guess makes sense. But, I mean, with you being a name and a fan favorite, do you feel like you're the co-main of this card?
It doesn't bother me, honestly. I'm here to fight, and a fight will be had.
Awesome, man. Thank you.
Sweet, guys. Thank you.